Just ask the man who was thrown on the bones of Elijah. And I'll just leave it right there. What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your girl KD back with another story. Today's story was inspired by a song that I hear on a radio station that I listen to a lot. And this song was so amazing to me that I had to go look up the story. And when I looked up the story, I was like, whoa, you gotta give me more than this. But then as I looked through the scriptures, this is actually more than one story in this song. But we're gonna particularly pay attention to the one part of the song that I was just fired up about. Alright, so this part of the story is found, or that part of the song, which I won't mention yet, is found in 2 Kings chapter 13. Alright, so maybe you went to grab that and look it up. So I'll just say that the lyric of the song says, just ask the man who was thrown on the bones of Elijah. And I'll just leave it right there. Name of the song is Rattle. I don't remember the artist though. I'll put it in the description though. Alright, anyway, let's read. Actually, we're gonna do background first, because this story is actually a story within a story. So there is a point where Elisha is about to die. The prophet Elisha is about to go home to be with the Lord or die. It's a little different in the Old Testament. So he's about to die, we know that much. And this king comes to him and basically it's like, almost he's like, wait, there's this war about to go on. What should I do? And Elisha gives him some instructions, and the king kind of follows the instructions, and Elisha gets a little upset with him and says, hey, you should have followed all the instructions, or you should have went all the way in with them. It's not like he just didn't follow instructions, but it's like he didn't go all the way in like he could have, and as a result he didn't get the victory that he could have gotten. And Elisha basically prophesies that. And so in the midst of all that happening, there's something that happens in verse 20 and 21. I'm going to read it from two different versions. I'm going to read it from the NKJV, New King James, and then I'm going to read it from the NLT. But the first one, it says, then Elisha died, and they buried him, and the raiding bands from Moab invaded the land in the spring of the year. So it was, as they were burying a man, that suddenly they spied a band of raiders, and they put the man in the tomb of Elisha. And when the man was let down and touched the bones of Elisha, he revived and stood on his feet. What? Alright, I'll read the other one and then we'll get back to that. And then we'll talk about it a little bit. 13 in the NLT reads, 13:20 reads, then Elisha died and was buried. Groups of Moabite raiders used to invade the land each spring. Once, when some Israelites were burying a man, they spied a band of these raiders. So they hastily threw the corpse into the tomb of Elisha and fled. But as soon as the body touched Elisha's bones, the dead man revived and jumped to his feet. Listen, that is wow. So when I do background, there is not a whole lot of background I can give for this story other than instances like this happen throughout the Bible. In Ezekiel it happens, and we'll read that because this story made me so excited I want to kind of look into that. And then in Matthew, that story in Matthew, I was just like, what in the world is going on in the Bible, and how did I miss this? I remember this story, but the other ones, anyway, so really no background. This is kind of a foreshadowing. It's like when God did something in the Old Testament, it was like a shadow of what would happen in the New Testament. It's like he was showing and confirming and doing things all throughout the scripture. But so I don't have any background for that one as far as why that happened or how that happened. I just know Elisha was really anointed, and the bones of Elijah must have been really anointed as well. I did have a takeaway. I don't want to do too many takeaways on this one. Draw your own conclusions. But I do have a takeaway that I got from it. And one of the takeaways I get from it is, dude, it is not over when you think it's over. Like, even when it's over, like, eternally, it's not over. Like, this world has so much more than what we can imagine. Which brings me to my second takeaway. Even though I thought I only had one. My second takeaway is there is a power available in this world beyond anything we can imagine. Immeasurable power. And I think it's a gift for us to see the availability of that power to happen or occur in the earth through scriptures. If you believe the Bible. I know many people don't, but I do. And so as a result of that, I get excited about seeing something like that in the scriptures. So if you have more information on that story, then be sure to comment, like, dislike if you want to, and subscribe, ask some questions, give some answers. But that story is amazing to me. Listen to the song blows it up so well. And I know y'all hear the background, but I enjoy the life in hearing kids play, so I felt like that was reasonable. So anyway, it's been your girl KD. Don't want to ramble too much. Check that story out. In my next video, I'm going to talk about the story in Ezekiel. Alright, see you guys later.